Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? So we are getting ready to start the festivities. Let me be the first of many to welcome all of our guests and all those who have been with us all week. It's going to be a great evening. Just a reminder, tonight is about you all, but we've also got a lot of people that are going to be joining us online. So make sure the excitement is good, energy's good. Otherwise, congratulations to all those who are winning tonight, and have a great evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and guests, welcome to the beautiful J.W. Marriott Bonnet Creek Grand Ballroom and the 2023 Alpha Tau Omega Awards celebration. Tonight we honor chapters and brothers who have demonstrated commitment, excellence, love, and respect. ATO Achieves will be highlighted throughout the evening as we recognize ATO Foundation Scholarship winner, Top Chapter Scholarship, award-winning signature events, the National President's Award, and True Merit. Please welcome our MC for tonight's celebration, Alpha Tau Omega Chief Executive Officer, Wynn Smiley.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2023 National Awards celebration. To those of you who have just joined us this evening for the celebration, welcome. We've had a great couple of days, and we're looking forward to celebrating excellence from 2022 and all the chapters that have done amazing things. So looking forward to that. Now, you may have noticed that we have a set piece here that actually requires attention, right? It sort of shouts, and it is affectionately called the wheel, not terribly original, but it gets the message across. And a couple of times we have had undergraduates come up to spin the wheel for prizes and whatnot, and so as the evening, or as the weekend has progressed, the prizes have gotten a little bit more high-end, and so we have loaded it up with all kinds of things that no more $10 coffee off, nothing wrong with that, but we replaced those. We still have a nothing up there, and I think there's still one popcorn. It's great popcorn, but the rest of them are a little more high-end, perhaps. So I'm going to ask David Silver and Nathan Vaughn to come up, and we're going to pick 5 chapters from the chapter numbers to come up and spin. Now, we've taken off the chapters or the guys that won yesterday, so stand by. Now, Nathan and Davis are interns. Davis is from Colorado State, and Nathan's from Central Oklahoma. They've been with us in Indianapolis for the last month. They're getting ready to go back to campus, but they've been interning with us, and they have been great. So would you help me thank Nathan and Davis for their work for the National Fraternity and ATO? Okay, guys. Oh, we're over here now. Yeah, they're going to move that up. Each pick a couple. And then Nathan, go ahead and pick one more, so we'll have 5. And then when I say the chapter, a representative come up, and you all come at once, and we'll go one at a time to spin. But if you're all up here, that will make things go a little quicker. So let's have the first number. And number 26 is Hillsdale College, 26, come on up. Next number. Sure, right. Birmingham Southern. 37, MTSU, Middle Tennessee State, MTSU. 34 is Maryland, University of Maryland. Finally, last one, 38, is Ole Miss, Mississippi. So guys, come on up. So the way this works, I guess I have a mic on myself, so I don't need this. The way this works is obviously spin, and we'll see what prizes. There are some things that have one word. I'll have to explain what they are, so go ahead and let her rip. Okay, so Roadshow, your signature event. Do you have a signature event?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you do your signature event, let us know well ahead of time, and we'll send a Roadshow crew to do a production on your signature event. Congratulations. See that? Go and see Jaden. Go that way and see Jaden. Come on up. Okay, I'm going to move this so that it doesn't hit the same spot every time. Go ahead and let her rip. Oh.
Please.
Sorry, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on up. Okay, let me move this so it's not in the same place every time. Okay, go for it. Oh, here we go. Oh, man, that's so good. All right, man. Let's move it a little bit more. The chances of that happening are slim. Okay. Great, Ole Miss. So here's the deal. I come when I'm invited, so you decide, hey, if you want me to come, I'm happy to do it. And if you want me to come for initiation, or you want me to come for your signature event, or you want me to come to talk to the chapter, you just let me know. And as I can work it into my schedule, I'll come down to Oxford and say hello. Okay, great, absolutely. Okay, let her rip. Oh, so close. Oh. That is unbelievable. There you go. You got me. So,
Appreciate it. Maryland.
Maryland. Okay. So same deal. Okay. Just let me know. Go see Jaden, and I'll come out to College Park.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Okay. That is amazing. That's why we moved. I don't know why it does that. It is not weighted. Believe me. That's not. That was not intended. Okay. So. Looking at the schedule, introduction. So we have special guests here, certainly, but I also want to recognize folks really who are key in the leadership of the fraternity, starting with, I think, Frontline. So will all vice presidents of chapters please stand to be recognized for your leadership to the fraternity? Vice presidents of chapters. You guys are the unsung heroes in operations and all the behind the scenes and in front of the scenes you guys do for your chapters. Thank you. Chapter presidents, please stand up and be recognized for your leadership. Guys, thank you very much. I think that for those of you who are in the chapter maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, it's a very different animal today to be leading a fraternity chapter in today's environment and on campus when it's especially needed among college men. We've had a lot of conversations about the need for ATO chapters on campuses. These men who are leading these chapters are facing some unique challenges, and they are embracing them very well with wisdom and strength, so very much appreciated. Okay, so our foundation, our educational foundation, our Board of Governors, please stand up and be recognized, including Chairman Jerry Papazian. Foundation Board of Governors, thank you for your service. National officers, National Chancellor Bob O'Neill, National Ritual Counselor Doc Potts, our General Counsel Coble Caperton, thank you for your service. Please stand and be recognized. Members of our boards of trustees, chairman of the boards of trustees, another job that goes unsung, volunteer work that's not always easy. A lot of times it's frustrating. And actually these men came and spent the day with us, if not the weekend, and had some sessions this afternoon. And so, gentlemen, thank you for your service. If you could stand and be recognized. We also, I want to announce Jennifer Rizzo, who we've had the pleasure of being with us. Jennifer is our primary defense counsel when we get into situations that I would rather not be in. And her lovely daughter, Isabella, are here, both joining us this evening. Ladies, thank you for joining us. And our fraternity board of trustees, these men work to glean what is going to be happening with college men 5, 10 years from now, what's going to be happening on campus. They respond to the changing, ever-changing situations to keep ATO front and center as it relates to what we're able to provide and how we're one of the leaders, and certainly in the fraternity industry. So, Fraternity Board of Directors, thank you, including our national president, Jeff Miles. Okay, so before dinner, let's do a couple of awards. We're going to start out with the Good Samaritan Elevate Award. This recognizes philanthropic hours or signature event hours. The award recognizes chapters for exemplary achievement in fostering a spirit of service to others through well-conceived and implemented chapter social service programs. Our 2023 National Honorable Mention winner, University of Mississippi, Delta Psi. In December, members of Delta Psi collected, packed, and distributed toys and other gifts for the Foundation Anglican Church and its annual Operation Christmas Child. Each October, brothers help St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Oxford with their annual pumpkin sale, and Delta Psi volunteered more than 2,700 hours during the year. Delta Psi, come up and receive your award. Where are you guys? Yep, congratulations. Oh, we got a picture. Great. Okay, we're good. We can get pictures afterwards too. Okay. Cool. Moving on. Brian, can we get some music when we're rolling through these as well, please? Our next National Honorable Mention Award winner. And start heading on up as soon as I say your name, please. Please help me congratulate Samford University, Kappa Rho. Received the Outstanding Service Award during the Samford Greek Awards for their commitment to community service. Brothers obtained service hours by cleaning at manufactured goods, helping at Lovelady Center. The brothers of Kappa Rho put in over 3,600 philanthropic hours for the year. Congratulations. There we go. Okay, we're good. National winner. This is the national winner. Please help me congratulate Auburn Alpha Epsilon. With over 6,200 hours served, Alpha Epsilon continued its efforts to support various philanthropic endeavors, which include the East Alabama Food Bank, Boys and Girls Club of East Alabama, Young Life Christian, and various local organizations. Congratulations to Auburn.
Thank you.
There you go. Great. Moving on to the Erskine Mayo Ross Impact Award. This recognizes dollars raised. So our National Honorable Mention Award winner, University of Alabama Huntsville Theta Pi. Theta Pi's signature event, the 14th round of Battle of the Buffalo, set a record this year as the chapter managed to raise more than $88,000. After receiving their ATO Auto Emporium event last year, the Brothers of Theta Pi managed to raise more than $12,000 for that second event. The number is almost $2,000 increase compared to the previous year. Theta Pi. Congratulations. There you go. Yep. Okay, next national honorable mention. University of Alabama, Beta Delta. In total, the Brothers of Beta Delta donated more than $113,000 to various philanthropies throughout the year, including service to the community. Their annual Crawfish for a Cure event in partnership with ZTA raised $48,000 to go toward breast cancer awareness. Beta Delta held its third annual ALS Open with proceeds benefiting the Alabama ALS Foundation, raising over $40,000. Congratulations to Alabama. Congratulations, yep. Our next runner-up for Erskine Mayo Ross Impact, please help me congratulate Troy University, Kappa Beta. Signature event Walk Hard set a record this year by raising $125,000 for Jeep Sullivan's Wounded Warrior Outdoor Adventures. Walk Hard consists of Brothers of Kappa Beta embarking on a 128.3-mile walk from the heart of Troy's campus to Pier Park in Panama City Beach, Florida. Congratulations to Troy. Yep. And finally, our national award winner for Impact Award dollars raised, Penn State University Gamma Omega Thon 2023 was once again a historic weekend in Happy Valley this year. A school record of $15,006 and change was raised to support discover a cure for childhood cancer. The Brothers of Gamma Omega continue to be one of the cornerstones of philanthropy, both on campus and among ATO chapters. The chapter raised more than $226,000 for the Penn State Thon. Congratulations to Penn State. Congratulations. Yep, here you go. Let's do this again. Oh, you guys are up here. Come on in. Great.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, a few other things before we can eat. Let's talk about undergraduate scholarship award winners. We recognized a couple of Evan Van Dyke from Grand Valley State as the undergraduate, one of the undergraduate scholarship award winners, and Nicholas Robb from Georgia College and State as a graduate scholarship winner. If you two guys would stand and be recognized for receiving scholarships from the ATO Foundation. And you can see on the screen the other foundation award winners, both graduate and undergraduate, who are not with us tonight. Chapter recognized for its scholarship, please help me congratulate, and if you all want to come up, Vanderbilt University with a 3.635 cumulative GPA. Congratulations to Vanderbilt. Yeah, good. Congratulations. Yep.
Thank you.
There we go. Great.
Awesome, thanks.
Next, I want to recognize those boards of trustees who were recognized as Upper Alpha boards of trustees. You'll see their names on the screen, but I want to just run through them. These boards of trustees do yeoman's work. So let me get through the list and then we can congratulate all of them. Adrian, Alabama, Alabama Birmingham, Alabama Huntsville, Auburn, Ball State, Bowling Green, Colorado, Colorado State, DePaul, Eastern Kentucky, Florida, Florida Gulf Coast, Georgia State, Georgia Tech, Illinois, Iowa State, Jacksonville State, Kennesaw State, Louisiana State, Mississippi, Mississippi State, Missouri, Montevallo, Mount Union, Murray State, New Hampshire, North Alabama, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Dakota State, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Oregon, Rose-Hulman, Samford, San Diego, San Jose State, Simpson, Stetson, Tampa, Troy, Union, Vanderbilt, Virginia, Western Kentucky, and Widener. Congratulations to those boards of trustees. We're picking up an award that actually we gave out and introduced Thursday night. It's called the Courage and Honor Award. And so, as I mentioned earlier, chapter leaders, all chapter members, but in particular chapter leaders, have to make some tough decisions as it relates to their chapter mates or their chapter in general, and they have to practice courage to make those decisions. Not an easy thing. And so this next and our final recipient was not with us Thursday night. He is here tonight. So let me describe why this gentleman is being honored for his courage and honor. Courage can be defined as doing the right thing in the hardest moments. This is the type of situation the award winner faced as his chapter went through a rough fall 2022 semester. As a result of allegations into health and safety violations, and an investigation took place. During the time the chapter began to split, as men decided to resign their membership instead of participating in the investigation. As a result, half of the chapter chose to quit ATO. This included almost every member of the executive board. Things were not looking good for the chapter. There's an understatement. It was during an emergency meeting an opportunity arose for this individual to be courageous. Elections were held, and this award winner made the decision to run for chapter president. Having little experience as a chapter officer, he chose to take on the challenge and step up for the betterment of the chapter. That evening, Michael was elected chapter president. Over the course of the fall semester, Michael held the chapter together, focusing on changing the culture. He had to put personal connections aside to hold the line on these changes to ensure that the chapter would survive as it began a new journey. His leadership through the months of October and November in particular helped solidify the brotherhood, so they moved into formal elections. Already showing courage to step into a tough situation, Michael continued his leadership by choosing to run for chapter president in the November elections. Continuing his mission to rebuild the chapter, it came as no surprise to those who know Michael that he won the election in a landslide. Michael serves as an example of an ATO who chooses to practice courage and step up to the opportunities in front of him. Please help me recognize 2023 Courage and Honor Award winner, Michael Petagian. Great job. Congratulations. Here we go. Very good. Thank you. Okay, comforted. If you want to head this way. So, we are through the first round of celebrating excellence, and our national chaplain, Comforted Keene, is going to come up and kick us off in the way. He'll do an invocation. Actually, Comforted, if you could start with ATO Grace and then your invocation, that would be cool. One other thing you may have noticed, that this card is along with your program. This is all the messages you may have seen on the signage in the hallway. These are the messages that are on your card, and these are just a few of the things that we're not only celebrating, but that membership in ATO does for men who choose to join ATO, and frankly other fraternities, but none more so than ATO. So just wanted to point that out. And Comforted, thank you, and we will, after the invocation, enjoy your dinner, and then we'll be back a little bit after dinner. Comforted.
All right, this God stuff is real, y'all. We can go to God with tiny things and great life and death things. To ask is to invoke. I want some help with this invocation. If you have been initiated longer than 50 years, would you please stand? Any brother in this room that has been initiated more than 50 years, please stand. Look at that, y'all. Do not sit down. Do not sit down. Any brother that's been, don't sit down, Coble. Y'all stay standing. Any brother that's been initiated 40 years, please stand. Any brother that's been initiated 30 years, please stand. Any brother that's been initiated 20 years, please stand. Any brother been initiated 10 years, please stand. All right, my brothers, y'all going to help me out with the invocation. Here's what I want you to do. Walk back into some table, lay hands on two boys, represent the table. Y'all go on back, lay hands on somebody back there. You don't have to say nothing, I'm going to do it all. Now, when brothers hold up brothers, that's good brotherhood. In fact, one of my favorite statements is, good brothers don't let brothers die stupid, all right? These brothers are laying hands on you and asking the good of the God of the universe over you. Let us pray. Father God, that your grace would be over this gathering, over these men, over these women, over those tending to us, taking care of us. Lord, your grace over this meeting. Lord, your grace over this fraternity. Lord, your grace in the power of immutable principles moving in and through our lives, drawing us together, drawing us to you through Jesus and in the power of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Y'all may be seated.
responsible. It's been nothing but a positive experience for them.
It really opens a lot of doors for them. I mean, not only do they do a lot of community work and they learn how to handle themselves in situations, and they always have each other's backs, but it gives them a national platform of other ATO members or people who are ATO alumni, things like that, that Peyton, I've noticed, has really, tapped into to kind of maybe help his future out.
I would highly recommend the experience.
Greg's haven't suffered, and he's having a wonderful time.
I know in the media you may see a lot of negative things, but there's so much more positive. To watch the development and growth of these young men, it's really been pretty an amazing experience.
I couldn't be happier that he joined ATO.
For this event, I think the members of our chapter look forward to bringing in as many organizations as possible. It's cool to see us there and see the ATO letters with the event, but seeing families and members from the community and then different athletic teams and other fraternities and sororities there is really the coolest part.
Feed My Starving Children's been a Gamma Zeta tradition since 2016.
Around 2015, 2016, I joined the executive team. We really wanted to build out a philanthropic calendar and, take things a little bit more serious, give back to our community, and really make a mark in the Urbana-Champaign community.
Hosting events for people that love to pack food and, just give back to the world. It's an amazing organization.
So our goals right now are to pack 100,000 meals and raise $25,000. We hope to boost those numbers in the future and to continue making a difference. I think it's important that each chapter has the ability to choose what philanthropy event they do. I mean, personally for us, we went with Feed My Starving Children, which is a local Christian nonprofit. So I think it's important that each chapter is able to make their own mark on the local community.
I just hope it just continues to stay the signature event and that it grows to even be bigger.
Feed My Starving Children means a lot to me. I think it's really cool to see Gamma Zeta be something bigger than just the house, and it's really awesome to be involved in our community, to be able to help people around the world that really need the help that are less fortunate than us.
Vaughn's a community, bigger than Penn State, bigger than Pennsylvania. We have an effect on over 4,800 families through 4 Diamonds at Penn State Hershey Medical, Children's Hospital. And there's 16,000 people standing in an arena for 46 hours battling childhood cancer.
My experience with ATO throughout my life has been a long one and a great one. It's come full circle for me, really. Started at an early age. Obviously got diagnosed with childhood leukemia at a young age, at the age of 2, which is where I graciously got to be placed with ATO and Zeta, coming to Thon for the first time. I got to join ATO and go through the whole 4 years here and really go through Thon and dance with them.
Our legacy as ATO and Zeta being paired together since 1990, which has been 32 years together. We've been the top Greek fundraising org for 26 years in a row, going on 27 this year.
Thon is, it saves children's lives, it saves families' lives, and that's why it's so important.
I've been a part of ATO as a Thon family since 2005. I had the opportunity to come to Penn State a couple of years ago. I had the opportunity to rush a fraternity, and of course, Alpha Tau Omega was the one that I picked.
I'm around Tucker every day, and it's like, that's a direct example of why we do this, and it really just means a lot because one of my closest best friends may not have been here today if it wasn't for us doing the part that we do in raising money for Thon.
No child deserves to have their life ripped away from them. It's unfair that innocent children get their lives taken away from them because of this terrible disease.
We were able to adopt a new Thon family this year. His name is Gus. He was diagnosed at 2 years old in April of 2020 with neuroblastoma. Gus turned 3. Reminds me a lot of me when I was younger. Little kid with a bald head, always happy, and just kind of that fighter that gives me the passion to really want to keep doing what I'm doing.
We knew nothing about ATO before, obviously, we got involved with 4 Diamonds, and we were just paired with them. You don't really have a whole lot of say. It's been fantastic. They have, I don't even know how to describe it, because they're like, we know nothing about what you're going through, but you have this amazing cheering section. They've been phenomenal in coming alongside of our family and giving us a support system we didn't even know we needed.
When you're at Thon Weekend, you really see the impact we're having. You talk to parents who have been impacted by Thon, and it's really good to see where all that hard work goes.
We dance for those who can't, and right now Gus can't, because he, with his brain tumor, he was pretty much bedridden for most of his treatment, so he physically cannot stand. And so to see all of these kids care, it just it chokes me up just talking about it, because he can't stand and they can, so they do.
Thon is just kind of showing up. I think it's really that simple. It's just being there for people that can't be there themselves. It's like Ms. Baumgartner said, we're standing for the people that can't stand, for the kids that can't stand, for the families that may not be able to be here.
I couldn't be more proud to wear ATO on my chest.
A skill I've learned is how to communicate with a multitude of groups of people and really how to show someone that if they invest the proper time in anything that they can get it done, and expanding their horizons. Some people are shy when they join a fraternity and they come out and they can talk to anybody, and it really teaches you how to be successful in a professional environment.
Brotherhood events where we work together and we get to be together and make things together, and stuff like this where I just get to spend the weekend with my brothers learning and expanding what I already know is where I feel like I'm part of more than just myself.
My opinion of ATO, well, first of all, I was in the Greek system as well, so I had a wonderful experience and always had such a high regard of the reputation and brotherhood of ATO. And also it's been mirrored by my son's experience too. So I have to say it's been further reinforcement and years worth, decades worth of respect for ATO.
I think he is feeling more confident about himself, enjoying college more, having the friendship and the social network, but then also the support for leadership development and academics.
He has increased his friendships, he's increased his associations and acquaintances so that he's got professional connections, he's got personal connections.
You're not facing college alone. Suddenly you've got a large network of people to help you.
The men in this chapter have truly become family to my son. They support him in everything that he does, and I think they get him through. He said on many occasions that he doesn't think he would still be here if it wasn't for the support of his brothers. He probably would have given up long ago on his engineering.
I think it's a great organization. I'm proud that Topher's been a part of it.
Once I saw how he was flourishing with the fraternity, I was all in.
College is to prepare you for life. So I think that's his experience at ATO, preparing for his next chapter in life.
They made him better. They push each other to do well. They push each other to be successful. They push each other to act properly, which today in college is tough. It's always been tough to do, but today in college it's even harder. So I think it's been incredibly positive.
The college experience and with ATO has made him a little more responsible. It's been nothing but a positive experience for him.
It really opens a lot of doors for them. I mean, not only do they do a lot of community work and they learn how to handle themselves in situations, and they always have each other's backs, but it gives them a national platform of other ATO members or people who are ATO alumni, things like that, that Peyton, I've noticed, has really, tapped into to kind of maybe help his future out.
I would highly recommend the experience.
The grades haven't suffered, and he's having a wonderful time.
I know that in the media you may see a lot of negative things, but there's so much more positive. To watch the development and growth of these young men, it's really been an amazing experience.
I couldn't be happier that he joined ATO.
this event, I think the members of our chapter look forward to bringing in as many organizations as possible. It's cool to see us there and see the ATO letters with the event, but seeing families and members from the community and then different athletic teams and other fraternities and sororities there is really the coolest part.
Feed My Starving Children's been a Gamma Zeta tradition since 2016.
Around 2015, 2016, I joined the executive team. We really wanted to build out a philanthropic calendar and take things a little bit more serious, give back to our community, and really make a mark in the Urbana-Champaign community.
Hosting events for people that love to pack food and just give back to the world. It's an amazing organization.
So our goals right now are to pack 100,000 meals and raise $25,000. We hope to boost those numbers in the future and to continue making a difference. I think it's important that each chapter has the ability to choose what philanthropy event they do. I mean, personally for us, we went with Feed My Starving Children, which is a local Christian nonprofit. So I think it's important that each chapter is able to make their own mark on the local community.
I just hope it just continues to stay the signature event and that it grows to even be bigger.
Feed My Starving Children means a lot to me. I think it's really cool to see Gamma Zeta be something bigger than just the house, and it's really awesome to be involved in our community, and to be able to help people around the world that really need the help that are less fortunate than us.
Thon's a community, bigger than Penn State, bigger than Pennsylvania. We have an effect on over 4,800 families through 4 Diamonds at Penn State Hershey Medical Children's Hospital. And there's 16,000 people standing in an arena for 46 hours battling childhood cancer.
My experience with ATO throughout my life has been a long one and a great one. It's come full circle for me, really. Started at an early age. Obviously got diagnosed with childhood leukemia at a young age, at the age of 2, which is where I graciously got to be placed with ATO and Zeta, coming to Thon for the first time. I got to join ATO and go through the whole 4 years here and really go through Thon and dance with them.
Our legacy as ATO and Zeta being paired together since 1990, which has been 32 years together. We've been the top Greek fundraising org for 26 years in a row, going on 27 this year.
Thon is, it saves children's lives, it saves families' lives, and that's why it's so important.
I've been a part of ATO as a Thon family since 2005. I had the opportunity to come to Penn State a couple of years ago. I had the opportunity to rush a fraternity, and of course, Alpha Tau Omega was the one that I picked.
I'm around Tucker every day, and it's like, that's a direct example of why we do this, and it really just means a lot because one of my closest best friends may not have been here today if it wasn't for us doing the part that we do and in raising money for Thon.
No child deserves to have their life ripped away from them. It's unfair that innocent children get their lives taken away from them because of this terrible disease.
We were able to adopt a new Thon family this year. His name is Gus. He was diagnosed at 2 years old in April of 2020 with neuroblastoma. Gus turned 3. Reminds me a lot of me when I was younger. Little kid with a bald head, always happy, and just kind of that fighter that gives me the passion to really want to keep doing what I'm doing.
We knew nothing about ATO before, obviously, we got involved with Four Diamonds, and we were just paired with them. You don't really have a whole lot of say. It's been fantastic. They have, I don't even know how to describe it, because they're like, we know nothing about what you're going through, but you have this amazing cheering section. They've been phenomenal in coming alongside of our family and giving us a support system we didn't even know we needed.
When you're at Thon Weekend, you really see the impact we're having. You talk to parents who have been impacted by Thon, and it's really good to see where all that hard work is.
We dance for those who can't, and right now Gus can't, because he, with his brain tumor, he was pretty much bedridden for most of his treatment, so he physically cannot stand. And so to see all of these kids care, it just it chokes me up just talking about it, because he can't stand and they can, so they do.
Thon is just kind of showing up. I think it's really that simple. It's just being there for people that can't be there themselves. It's like Ms. Baumgartner said, we're standing for the people that can't stand, for the kids that can't stand, for the families that may not be able to be here.
I couldn't be more proud to wear ATO on my chest.
A skill I've learned is how to communicate with a multitude of groups of people, and really how to show someone that if they invest the proper time in anything, that they can get it done, and expanding their horizons. Some people are shy when they join a fraternity and they come out and they can talk to anybody, and it really teaches you how to be successful in a professional environment.
Brotherhood events where we work together and we get to be together and make things together, and stuff like this where I just get to spend the weekend with my brothers learning and expanding what I already know is where I feel like I'm part of more than just myself.
My opinion of ATO, well, first of all, I was in the Greek system as well, so I had a wonderful experience and always had such a high regard of the reputation and brotherhood of ATO. And also it's been mirrored by my son's experience too. So I have to say it's been further reinforcement and years and years worth, decades worth of respect for ATO.
I think he is feeling more confident about himself, enjoying college more, having the friendship and the social network, but then also the support for leadership development and academics.
He has increased his friendships, he's increased his associations and acquaintances so that he's got professional connections, he's got personal connections.
You're not facing college alone. Suddenly you've got a large network of people to help you.
The men in this chapter have truly become family to my son. They support him in everything that he does, and I think they get him through. He said on many occasions that he doesn't think he would still be here if it wasn't for the support of his brothers. He probably would have given up long ago on his engineering.
I think it's a great organization. I'm proud that Topher's been a part of it.
Once I saw how he was flourishing with the fraternity, I was all in.
College is to prepare you for life. So I think that's his experience at ATO, preparing for his next chapter in life.
They've made him better. They push each other to do well. They push each other to be successful. They push each other to act properly, which today in college is tough. It's always been tough to do, but today in college it's even harder. So I think it's been incredibly positive.
The college experience and with ATO has made him a little more responsible.
It's been nothing but a positive experience for him.
It really opens a lot of doors for them. I mean, not only do they do a lot of community work and they learn how to handle themselves in situations, and they always have each other's backs, but it gives them a national platform of other ATO members or people who are ATO alumni, things like that, that Peyton, I've noticed, has really, tapped into to kind of maybe help his future out.
I would highly recommend the experience.
The grades haven't suffered, and he's having a wonderful time.
I know that in the media you may see a lot of negative things, but there's so much more positive. To watch the development and growth of these young men, it's really been pretty an amazing experience.
I couldn't be happier that he joined ATO.
How was dinner? I'm going to take that as great. Dinner was great. So, we have had, as I mentioned earlier, a wonderful weekend. I do need to take care of some business that I overlooked earlier. My apologies. So, first of all, I missed one of the Good Samaritan Elevate Awards. My apologies. I don't think that's ever happened before. So there's a first. 2023 National Runner-Up winner. My apologies, but never better late than never. So help me congratulate University of Alabama Huntsville Theta Pi that managed to accumulate 4,100 hours of philanthropic hours this year, had the highest average of service hours per member of any ATO chapter with a little more than 60 hours per member. Help me congratulate Alabama Huntsville Theta Pi. Sorry about that. There we go. Thank you. Okay. We have a crack communication team, everything from the magazine to social media to video. And so Morgan and Kyle have been working hard doing interviews of undergraduates that we will use, talking about things like ATO's added value and how the chapter experience has impacted them. But we also shot a lot of just video as a bit of a recap, and so we're going to roll that tape right now. There we go. So occasionally we have, undergraduates may not know this, but you will now learn it. At the 25th anniversary of your initiation, you will get in the mail or have it presented to you what's called a silver certificate, which memorializes your 25th anniversary in the fraternity since your initiation date. And at 50 years of your initiation date, you will receive a certificate called the Gold Circle Certificate Award. We have a few here this evening that I want to recognize. They have been longtime volunteers, both at the chapter and the national level. So our 25th Silver Circle Award winner is a member of the ATO Foundation Board of Governors. Was certainly very involved at his chapter at Florida State University, has been a great supporter. I've known Fred for a long time. And so we took this opportunity, because we knew he was going to be here, to congratulate Fred and present him with his Circle certificate, his Silver Circle certificate for 25 years of anniversary. So help me congratulate Fred. Fred, if you want to come on up here, we'll present you the certificate. Yeah, congratulations, man. Now, it's hard to believe these next two guys are getting their Gold Circle certificates, and I'm sure they're probably saying the same thing. I've known both of these men for a long time. They are great friends, and they are wonderful friends and brothers of the fraternity, and have volunteered countless hours for the betterment of the fraternity. So our first recipient of the Gold Circle certificate for 50 years anniversary, help me congratulate Doc Potts, our National Ritual Counselor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You want to say a few words?
I'll pass.
Okay.
I'll pass.
Great. Thanks, Doc. Yep. Doc, how many initiation ceremonies have you done? Ish? How many initiation ceremonies? Thousands. Thousands. There you go. Thousands. He has the entire initiation ceremony memorized. He doesn't need a book. So anyway, our next Circle Certificate, Gold Circle Certificate honoree tonight is former National President Bruce O'Donohue. Help me congratulate Bruce for 50 years.
Because I started thinking about when I was a pledge in 1972. My big brother was Jib Black, who's here, former national, first member undergraduate on the High Council, National Thomas Rockwell Clark Award winner. But if you think about it, I said 50 years in 1972, those guys would have been 1922 class. That's ridiculous and that's old. So I'm done. Thank you all very much.
So it's my pleasure to introduce our current national president. Jeff is an ATO from the University of Washington. He has served on the Foundation Board of Governors, served on the National Fraternity Board of Directors, served as the National Vice President, and then in August, you all elected him to become our new national president. This is Jeff's first ceremony, and so it is my pleasure to introduce to you President Jeff Miles.
Well, this is my first. I've been to, I think, 16. But Bruce O'Donohue, I'm glad you're here tonight, because I wanted to remind you of this story. It was a few years ago. I was on a telephone conference call, not Zoom, none of that, just a conference. Former National O'Donohue, former President Miles McCall, and former National, actually at the time I think it was current National President Jeff Bush. And we were trying to have this conversation, and Bruce would say Jeff, and I would say what, and say Miles, and it got very confusing because Jeff Miles, and you're Miles, and he's Jeff, and finally Bruce said, all right, hold on. Jeff Miles, what was your name in the fraternity when you were an undergraduate? If you're all familiar with the television show Super Dave Osborne, but that's so. I think I've shaken the nickname finally by being able to stand up here. But when you're on the phone with three national presidents, I'm Super Dave. So it's been a great year for me. This is a great job, other than the fact that there's so much to read and so many scientific studies about boys and fraternities and pundits to read and all the stuff there is bad in the world about fraternities. It's actually kind of depressing. When you mentioned in your open about the toxic politics of the Civil War, and in 1865 that toxic nature did not end, and it was still very much the case in 1880 when Glazebrook was writing the Creed. And those words to teach not politics, to foster not partisanship, all that stuff, that's what he was talking about, was that toxic political environment that the country was in at that point. Probably worse than it is now, but not dissimilar. And this environment has led us down this path of toxic masculinity and all these negative things about young men in higher education today. And some of the statistics are jaw-dropping, that 60% of all attendees of college now are women, 40% are men. The depression rates for young men are on the rise, especially college students. The drug use is on the rise, and then there was the whole COVID thing, right? So there's all this going on, and then there's the demographic change that's coming, the biggest one we've seen since the late 60s and 70s with closing of schools. 20 years ago, people stopped having children, and none of the school districts seem to notice that because they're all freaking out now because they're closing schools, but the college in that tough decision. And because of his very successful business acumen, he was able to support a program called Men of Destiny, which many of you went through this weekend, with a gift to the ATO Foundation of $250,000. The only negative thing, there's one negative thing I have to say that I could only find, and he is a really tough act to follow as national president. So tonight I'd like to present the National President's Award to Hal Wallace.
Congratulations, Hal. Thomas Arkell Clark is obviously an icon within Alpha Tau Omega. I happened to ask the archivist. We house our archives at the University of Illinois, and of course, Dean Clark was a dean, first dean of men at the university, first dean of men in the nation, and he was at the University of Illinois. Was initially a professor of rhetoric, and became well known, an institution at the University of Illinois, and an institution with an Alpha Tau Omega. He had a heart of gold. He would help any undergraduate if they couldn't afford to go home for Thanksgiving. He would help get bus fare for them, and at the same time, when he walked campus, if he saw any undergraduate man doing anything, and especially fraternity men doing anything that would bring disrepute on the university or the organization, he was not shy about pointing that out. But I found out something interesting that I did not know. Fred Turner, who was also a dean of students at the University of Illinois back in the 50s and 60s, also an institution within Illinois, wrote a paper on Dr. Clark, and he said he entered Illinois, this is Tommy Clark, he entered Illinois, the university, in 1885, and by university edict, he had to sign a pledge that he would not join a fraternity while in attendance at the university. When he graduated in 1890, he had to sign another pledge that he had not joined a fraternity before he could receive his degree. So already the irony, right, the irony. In 1895, Alpha Tau Omega, Kappa Alpha Theta, and Pi Beta Phi were established at Illinois, and when Dean Clark retired in 1931, there were 88 fraternities and 33 sororities were in active operation at Illinois. So I think probably Dr. Clark said, take that edict. And he went on and led an illustrious career. I love this story. He got sick when he was in Chicago one time. He was up visiting Chicago and he was in the hospital, and so many flowers came from universities across the country because it was a serious illness. He recovered, but the hospital received so many flowers for Dr. Clark that the nursing staff thought that he was a member of the mob. We honor Thomas Arkell Clark for obvious reasons. He was a stalwart within the organization, and our top graduating senior is a recipient of the Thomas Arkell Clark Honors. It is my pleasure to announce we have a couple of men here who were finalists. We have many, many applications with unbelievable resumes and college experiences. And so two of them are here this evening, and it's my pleasure to be able to announce those. So an honorable mention finalist, Landon Edwards, University of Oklahoma State University. Landon had a 3.93 graduate GPA with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, held the role of Chapter Vice President and Campus Greek Relations Director of Cowboy Thon, emerged as a teaching assistant in the Psychology Department, where he helped develop curriculum and guest lectured throughout the semester. University honors include Order of Omega, Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society, Psi Chi Honor Society in the College of Arts and Sciences Academic Honors. This past April, Landon completed his honors thesis focusing on the effects of testing environments have related to anxiety and stress. Please help me congratulate Landon Edwards, honorable mention, Thomas Arkell Clark honoree. Our runner-up for Thomas Arkell Clark honoree for 2023 is a 4.0 graduate with a double major in information systems and marketing, currently acquiring masters in cybersecurity management, held ATO offices of vice president, historian, philanthropy chairman, where he played a major role in the chapter's signature event, Battle of the Buffalo, and ATO Auto Emporium. President's and Honor College List for Excellence in Academics, served as a University Lancer, which is an ambassador group to assist in the promoting and positive image of Alabama Huntsville to students, alumni, and friends. Patrick's unwavering commitment to academics earned him the distinction of being one of the top scholars in the Information Systems Department 2 years in a row, not one of the top scholar in the Information Systems Department 2 years in a row, an exceptional accolade bestowed on him by the department's faculty. Please help me congratulate Patrick Doolin, University of Alabama Huntsville, runner-up Thomas Arkell Clark.
What did I do with it? There it is. Okay, 2023's Thomas Arkell Clark honoree. He said he knew early in his ATO experience at the University of Alabama that he wanted to be a leader in ATO because of the immediate impact that strong chapter leadership had on him as a freshman. Part of David's DNA is to, quote, take the initiative. He was determined to make a difference. As chapter president, David said his biggest goals were to be intentional with everything he did and make each member of the 200-man chapter feel valued. In his TAC application, David wrote, "One of the most important things I did as president was demonstrating the value that ATO provided to each member's college experience through the ritual. The ritual is incredibly important to me as it makes us all brothers and uniquely ATOs." David led initiatives to help the chapter strengthen its academic record. He established the Active Advisors Program, which upperclassmen mentor new members on academics and to develop productive study habits. Since the implementation of the program, the chapter's new members achieved the highest freshman GPA in 4 years, and the chapter GPA was the highest among IFC fraternities at Alabama. For social service, David made changes to the chapter's signature event, the ALS Open. The ALS Open set records for the number of participants and the amount of money raised. During his presidency, Beta Delta was the most awarded chapter at Alabama, achieving IFC's most outstanding academics, IFC's most outstanding campus and community relations, IFC's most outstanding fraternity, Order of Omega, most outstanding fraternity, and the Wick Cup, which honors the most outstanding of all 68 Greek organizations at Alabama. His resume is long. Bachelor of Science with a minor in Spanish, 4.0 GPA. SGA Attorney General, Alabama Most Outstanding Junior, President's List 7 times, Jason Senior Men's Honorary, Anderson Society, RRS Freshman of the Year, RSS Junior of the Year, President's Volunteer Service Award, Omicron Delta Kappa, Mortarboard, Order of Omega, Blue Key, Phi Beta Kappa, Cardinal Key, Lambda Sigma, Alpha Lambda Delta President, National Merit Scholar, Early Laboratory Researcher, Communications Associate, with NASA. Rocket scientist? Wow. Dr. Tim Hebson, Dean of Students Emeritus at the University of Alabama, wrote in his letter of recommendation for David, extraordinary. That's the word that comes to mind when I think about David Strickland. As a leader, he's exceptional. When David gets involved with an organization, he leads. Please help me congratulate our 2023 Thomas Arkell Clark honoree, David Strickland.
All right, well, I appreciate that great introduction. Thank you. Just for some background, this time last summer, I was at a study abroad program in Portugal, so I wasn't able to make it to Congress. And I was sad I couldn't be at Congress, but deep down, I was a little glad because I didn't have to speak in front of a bunch of people. But here I am now, funny enough. So in seriousness, I am incredibly humbled to receive this honor, and I'm glad I get to share a little about my story and what ATO means to me. Way back in 2019, I was getting ready to graduate from a small private high school in Huntsville, Alabama. There were about 90 students in my graduating class. I was preparing for the massive leap to a campus of 40,000 students at the University of Alabama, and I had zero clue what I wanted to get involved with, none. As fate would have it, while visiting Tuscaloosa one weekend that spring, I met Barry Burns and his wife, Mary, who just so happens to be our chapter's Board of Trustees chair. And they asked me if I was interested in rushing, and I told them, I don't know. So he convinced me to look into rushing ATO. He set me up with William Gray, who was the rush chair at the time, to coordinate taking me to dinner and meet some of the guys in the chapter. Going into that dinner, I really had no idea what to expect. All I'd ever heard about fraternities at SEC schools like Alabama were the negative stigmas that seemed to surround Greek life. That stereotype could not have been more wrong. The guys that I ate with that night were some of the most personable, smart, put-together individuals I'd ever met. And I was truly blown away. I knew immediately that ATO was the kind of organization that I wanted to be involved with at Alabama. That was the kind of place I could go to grow as a person. That was the kind of place I could go to make 40,000 people feel like a couple hundred close friends. And then I knew during my first week of new member education that I wanted to be a leader in ATO. In 2020, I was elected as public relations chair, where I was essentially responsible for managing chapter social media accounts. In 2021, I served as secretary, and then last year I was elected president. During my term, we had many great accomplishments, and a couple of those were touched on. We established an academic advising program made up entirely of chapter members. We moved our golf tournament signature event from Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, which subsequently set records for the number of participants and amount of money raised for ALS research in honor of brother Tommy Mullenix, who passed away from the disease. We not only received True Merit honors last year, but also received 5 campus-wide honors, including the Witt Cup, which is given annually to the most outstanding fraternity or sorority at the University of Alabama. And Greek life's a pretty big deal at the University of Alabama. I say this not to brag about myself, but to recognize the incredible support system I had behind me. We could not have created such an effective academic advising program without scholarship chairs like Chip Ogles and Wilson Owen, and we could not have moved our signature event without a philanthropy chair like Grayson Daly. The entire executive committee and board of trustees were made up of incredible men that had my back every step of the way. The guys I met as a Beta Delta at the University of Alabama are the kind of guys I want to stay in touch with, the kind of guys I want in my wedding, and the kind of guys I want my son to be like someday. But I didn't just meet great guys in ATO. I met guys who set the bar high and pushed me to be a better person. You may remember William Gray, who was the rush chair I mentioned earlier. This time, 2 years ago, he was standing right where I am now accepting his Thomas Arkell Clark Award. It was men like him who told me about involvement opportunities and challenged me to get involved in organizations like the Student Government Association. As a pre-medical student, I looked to older pre-health ATOs to show me the best places to volunteer in town, and without them, I would have never started volunteering at the local hospital or had the youth mentorship program at the YMCA. Without our chaplain and other spiritual leaders in our chapter, I wouldn't have grown as a Christian. In my application for this award, I said I was confident that I was leaving the Beta Delta chapter a better place than I found it. What I can say with even more confidence is that the Beta Delta chapter is leaving me a better person than I was before it. While I was drafting this speech, I was simultaneously writing applications for medical schools. And as I was filling out those applications, something dawned on me. The core values I possess that I personally believe will make me a great physician someday, organization, compassion, and leadership, I developed through ATO. I had to be organized to be the secretary. I had to be a compassionate leader as president. And hopefully, I'll get into medical school and someday be an organized, compassionate doctor who cares for his patients' health and makes his patients feel better. My best friends are now spread across the country at premier medical schools, law schools, and business schools. The ones that aren't in grad school are often the workforce in industries like the aerospace industry and defense industry. When I think about it, each of them grew personally during their time as an ATO in a way that will make them better at their jobs, and as a result of that, make the world a better place. In this way, ATO is not merely limited to the connections and friends you make in your time there. It's not just limited to how you improve as a person. It instills the values in you that someday will improve numerous lives across the world. It truly knows no north, no south, no east, and no west. I want to thank our current president, Ben Hollis, and his executive committee, our house mothers, Sue Downey, as well as Barry Burns, Walter Monroe, and the entire board of trustees for the hard work they do to uphold the Beta Delta chapter and ensure its success for years to come. I appreciate all you listened to my speech, and I hope you got something out of it. Thank y'all, and roll Tide.
Okay, here we go. Thank you, David. And also, I would like to recognize David's mom, who is here with us tonight, Margaret Strickland. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Actually, Jeff, if you could go down, and if I could get Bruce at this table, please, and Hal, could you come up to this table? And we are going to start off with the True Merit Honorable Mention Awards. And so when I call your chapter, True Merit Honorable Mention, for those of you who may be new to the whole True Merit construct, True Merit is mentioned in the Creed. It signifies excellence, and we put a lot of weight in True Merit. Chapters that win True Merit Honorable Mention are doing a whole lot of things right. And we want to recognize those chapters, hopefully encouraging them, hopefully it'll be an encouragement to them, to continue pressing ahead so that they can, in future years, achieve true merit. But just because they did not achieve it this year is no reason not to celebrate the accomplishments that they did have. So we congratulate the following chapters for True Merit Honorable Mention. So we're going to start at table 1, and we're going to go 2 chapters at a table. I'll direct you, and Hal will congratulate you, then we'll move to table 2, and then over to table 3. So our first True Merit Honorable Mention chapter tonight, help me congratulate University of Colorado Boulder, which achieved their charter in December of 22, winner of Alpha Chi Omega's Alpha House, an event organized to support raising awareness and addressing domestic violence. Congratulations, Colorado Boulder. Our next honorable mention chapter. We've already heard from this chapter tonight with a Courage and Honor Award, helping congratulate Texas Tech Zeta Eta for True Merit Honorable Mention. Held its annual philanthropy concert, Gatorfest, with all proceeds going to support Wounded Warrior Project. At table 2, our next honorable mention chapter, Marietta College, Beta Rho. Brother Matthew Foudy took home Homecoming King, awarded Best Campus Collaboration Event along with Delta Tau Delta for their Delta event. True Merit Honorable Mention, Vanderbilt University, Beta Pi, awarded IFC Fraternity of the Year and Community Impact Award at Greek Awards, raised more than $12,000 for their Taws for Pause signature event. Table 3, University of San Diego, True Merit Honorable Mention, held their inaugural Coachella Music Festival, raised more than $5,000 for pancakes, serving up hope. Next, True Merit Honorable Mention chapter, University of Central Florida, raised $7,000 for the National Alliance on Mental Health, recognized by the UCF Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life for having the highest GPA of all IFC fraternities. Back to table 1, our next honorable mention chapter, Hillsdale Beta Kappa, held its first ever philanthropic week, raising over $4,000 to support Crossroads Farm, a local rural youth ministry. Over 90% of the chapter is involved in other student organizations on campus. Georgia State University, True Merit Honorable Mention. 31 brothers of the Eta Beta chapter made the Dean's List in the fall of 2022, most of any IFC fraternities on campus. Highest GPA among all IFC fraternities, with 15 members at Georgia State, donated more than $5,000 to Bald Ridge Lodge. Our next True Merit Honorable Mention chapter at table 2, University of North Alabama, Theta Eta. Top 2 GPA among all IFC fraternities for the spring and fall semester. Held their inaugural Miss Alpha Tau Omega pageant. Our next honorable mention chapter, Union Beta Tau, raised more than $32,000 for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, exceeding their initial goal of $20,000, placed second overall, and took home 5 awards for their performance at the Student Activities Council's variety show. Table 3, next honorable mention, True Merit, Grand Valley State University, Kappa Lambda. Annual signature event, ATO Walks Hard, raised more than $27,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, participated in the Men of Destiny program. Murray State University, honorable mention, table 3, congratulations. Zeta Lambda raised more than $4,000 for Eastern Kentucky food relief through its Dodge for a Cause dodgeball tournament. Brothers contributed more than 1,900 service hours throughout the year. Next, True Merit Honorable Mention, back at table 1, University of Maryland, Epsilon Gamma, congratulations. Recruited 33 new members in the chapter, exceeding their total goal of 27 for the year. Epsilon Gamma has exceeded the all IFC average GPA for the last 9 consecutive semesters. Next, True Merit Honorable Mention chapter, Florida Gulf Coast University, FGCU, congratulations, Lambda Alpha. Donated more than $20,000 for the David Lawrence Centers for Behavioral Health. Initiated their largest pledge class with over 18 in the fall of 22. Table 2, the next honorable mention chapter, Northern Kentucky University, Theta Omega. Raised more than $45,000 for the St. Elizabeth Women's Wellness Center for Breast Cancer Research, almost doubled its chapter size by recruiting 38 men in the fall. Colorado State University, True Merit Honorable Mention, Delta Eta. Raised more than $19,000 for various philanthropies. More than 90% of the brothers are involved in other student organizations on campus. Table 3, our last 3 True Merit Honorable Mention campuses, Georgia College and State University, Kappa Omega, the Bobcats. Led all IFC fraternities in overall GPA for both the fall and spring semester. Won its 7th consecutive Greek Week championship this year. Next, honorable mention, True Merit, Rose Holman, Gamma Gamma, the Fighting Engineers, winner of the 2023 Greek Games at Rose-Hulman, raised more than $5,300 for Riley's Children's Hospital, donated almost $1,000 in gifts through their Big Brothers Big Sisters Christmas party. And finally, our last True Merit Honorable Chapter for 2023, help me congratulate Clemson University, Ada Pi, the Tigers. Raised more than $62,000 during their Viking Week for Upstate Warrior Solution, a South Carolina-based organizational benefiting veterans and first responders. This was a record amount raised through their signature event. Brothers of Ada Pi are involved in more than 60 different student organizations on campus. Help me congratulate all the True Merit Honorable Mention chapters for 2023. Okay, so now moving on to True Merit. Everything that I said, plus the added excellence of actually a chapter achieving True Merit. We look at all areas of operations, and chapters don't have to be perfect. No chapter is made up of human beings. None of us are perfect, so we get that. But it is truly not easy to become a True Merit chapter, and so the number of bowls up here, I'm not big on participation ribbons or anything like that, right? Well, you know, if we have more True Merit bowls, it makes us look better. I'm not a big fan of that. So, honestly, when you see this many bowls, the judges of the annual reports of True Merit applications have made their selections, and then we go through and put a look at some of the things that judges may not be aware of, and the fact that there are this number of True Merit chapters is truly remarkable, and I think it is a very real representation of the excellence that ATO chapters are having and performing throughout the country. Okay, so are we ready to go? I think we are. So now again, we started this last year, and I think we had a little bit of a good time with it. So from time to time, I might ask you, President, when you come up to accept your True Bowl, I might ask you a question. I don't know what it will be. I won't embarrass you. I won't I'll put you on the spot, but it should be a question that you'll be able to answer easily. I won't ask everybody a question, but you never can tell. So here we go. True Merit for 2023, our first True Merit award-winning chapter. Help me congratulate Bowling Green State University, Epsilon Kappa, the Falcons. The chapter was awarded Bowling Green State Chapter of the Year for 22-23. Brother Kyle Calvary took home Greek Man of the Year, and Chapter Advisor Dr. James Clemson was awarded Advisor of the Year. Epsilon Kappa volunteered more service hours than any other fraternity on campus, and the second most hours of service any student organization at BTSU this year. Brothers engaged in ATO Men of Destiny program this past year, helping to strengthen the brotherhood. Congratulations, Bowling Green.
I just want to give a couple special little shout outs. Big thank you to our previous executive board, put us in a fantastic spot for this year. Our current executive board, top to bottom, put in a lot of hard work. Our wonderful advisor, Jacob Clemens, our board of trustees for the mentorship they've provided us this semester, and really a big shout out to all the boys back in Bowling Green, Ohio. Momentum's at an all-time high, and we're going to keep riding the wave. Love and respect.
Our next True Merit Honor for 2023, Louisiana State, Epsilon Zeta, the Tigers. This is their fifth True Merit Bowl. The chapter donated more than $50,000 to Team Gleason for their spring philanthropy event, Battle of the Basins. Team Gleason was founded by former NFL player and ATO brothers Team Gleason to empower people with ALS to live powerful lives. Brothers of Epsilon Zeta were individually honored. The LSU Greek Award is coming away with Volunteer of the Year and New Member of the Year. Epsilon Zeta initiated 51 new members this year. 43 of those were initiated in the fall, the largest recruitment class for Epsilon Zeta in more than a decade.
Once again, this is a great honor. I want to shout out all the guys back at Epsilon Zeta. Without y'all, this isn't possible. A couple of personal shout outs, my chaplain, Chris Hill,
My VP, Jack Condit, y'all have been with me the entire road, and I can't thank y'all enough. Our LSU Spencer over there, he's helped us through a lot. I want to thank all the board of trustees and David Laxon. Without that man, ATO LSU is not on campus. We'll be back here again next year. Go Tigers.
Okay, so question. Here we go. What has ATO done for you, your membership and serving as president? What's that done for you personally?
Without ATO, I'm not the man I am today. It's not only increased my confidence and given me so many opportunities, it's transformed who I am as a person. I think without ATO, I would be in a very different position in life, and that's not a future I even want to think about.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go. Congratulate Beta Delta, University of Alabama, the Crimson Tide. This is their 20th True Merit Bowl. They raised more than $113,000 for various philanthropies throughout the year. Were awarded the WIC Cup. You've heard that a couple of times tonight. Beta Delta with the second highest GPA among all IFC fraternities on their campus. With 25% of their members making the president's list. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's an honor to be up here. I just want to say a few quick thank yous. Thank you to our executive board and as well as David Strickland. Congratulations on TAC. Thank you for being such a great role model for myself and the rest of the guys here. Thank you to Barry Burns, chairman of our board, and the rest of the board of trustees. We couldn't do it without y'all. And lastly, thank you, Wynn, and the National Fraternity for being such a great support system. Also, shout out the guys back at Beta Delta. Let's go get 19 this year. Roll Tide.
Okay, question. So you lead a large chapter on a large campus. How do you keep the men focused on excellence and true merit? You've won it now a number of years. How do you keep true merit in the forefront for the chapter?
I think it's just a big thing of leading by example. Like I said, David being an incredible mentor to me and just really pouring into the younger guys and diving into new member ed and recruitment. So really prioritizing those things.
Great, thanks.
Thank y'all so much.
Okay, here we go. This is their 15th True Merit Bowl. That would be Mercer University, Alpha Zeta, the Bears. Every member was involved in at least one other on or off-campus organization. These men also held more than 20 leadership positions in organizations outside of ATO. The chapter was a recipient of the Grant Henderson Service Award for Greek Life at Mercer. Its GPA of 3.12 leads all fraternities on Mercer's campus. Alpha Zeta raised more than $26,000 through their Camp for a Cause signature event. Congratulations.
I just want to shout out to our previous exec board, our current exec board, without whom we would not be in this position. Just focused on continued progress and improvement. And this exec board particularly knows just how many challenges were thrown our way. So this bowl means all that much more this year. Thank you, a huge thank you to our board of trustees, to the National Fraternity for the amazing support system, our LCs, the other LCs that haven't even had that much impact, direct influence on our chapter. Love you guys. Thank you, and go Bears.
Okay, question. We're not going to do this for everybody, but I'm intrigued. So you said you came over a lot of hardships as a chapter. How did you overcome those?
I think really communicating with the National Fraternity, our LCs, and with the Board of Trustees too. Having to step up and own that and communicate with them, and rather than really kind of forcing us into an awkward position, it was a huge help. It helped us to understand and grow as a chapter and as leaders, and had just amazing advice for us.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. We have at least a couple of alumni in the front row that will be happy to hear this. Helping congratulate Baylor University, Theta Nu, the Bears. This is their 16th True Merit Bowl. They raised almost $20,000 for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation in the month of October. Took home first place for the first time ever at Baylor's annual Sing Event. The university is dating back to 1953, and actually they were featured in the Palm a couple of weeks ago. Achieved 3.5 GPA, second highest on campus of IFC fraternities. Congratulations.
I'm not prepared to give a speech the same way, but I just want to give a quick shout out to the people that recorded me this year. Aiden Carson is over there recording me right now. Thank you for continuing to just be the best man we have. Thank you to Black Community Chapter, who's watching waking up at 6 a.m. every day, getting in the Bible with me every morning has just meant more to me than I could possibly imagine. Thank you to Spencer Caperton, who is here today. You pour into this chapter so well, and we've seen it grow from where it is now. And shout out to Jackson Gully, my best friend in Sing Chair. We won Sing for the first time in 73 years, so that was a pretty big accomplishment this year. Thank you all for listening.
Congratulations. Here we go. This is their 6th True Merit Bowl. Help me congratulate Virginia Tech, Theta Delta, the Hokies. They initiated 51 men this year by utilizing Chapter Builder as a resource, raised more than $20,000 for the New River Valley Women's Resource Center through their signature event, TAWfest. Virginia Tech recognized the chapter with the Excellence in Member Development Award, which goes to the chapter at Virginia Tech that has the strongest culture of student development, support, and development among its members, and former president, an outstanding Fraternity President of the Year award for his excellence in leadership at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I would like to thank our current executive board and the past executive board that set us up really well to come out here and win this award. I'd also like to thank all our advisors, Brian from Nationals, Abby Hanson-Allen from our FSL office, and Adam Reedy, our local advisor, LNR, and Go Hokies.
Thank you. Our next True Merit Award winning chapter. Help me congratulate University of Alabama at Birmingham, Theta Pi, the Blazers. This is their 7th True Merit Bowl. The chapter raised more than $50,000 for various philanthropies through their weekly Taw Tuesday fundraisers, a signature event, Volley Taw. 100% of the brothers were involved in at least one other student organization. The chapter initiated 35 members this academic year, more than any other IFC fraternity on campus, and their pledge class of 29 was the largest in chapter history.
I just want to say thank you. It's been a while since we've been up here. It's great to be back. Shout out to the BOT back home, Robbie and Tyler. Shout out to this current exec board. Shout out Alex Franklin for being with me this semester. We had a lot of challenges, and we overcame them. So
Great.
Thank you, and go Blazers.
Congratulations. Here we go. This is their 27th True Merit Bowl. Iowa State, Gamma Upsilon, Cyclones. They recruited 53 men throughout the year, 3 more than any other out of their goal. Paired with Alpha Phi, the brothers of Gamma Upsilon took home first overall for Iowa State's homecoming week. Raised more than $6,000 during homecoming week for LSI, a nonprofit that benefits youth mental health. 47 brothers made the fall 22 Dean's List. Congratulations.
Shout out to BOT, shout out to past exec team, this exec team, my VP, Ben Alman, Danny Dorsey, our secretary for writing it. This is 8th straight now, so we're building something pretty special at Iowa State. And shout out Joey McCulloch. Thank you.
Congratulations. Please help me congratulate the Bisons, North Dakota State University, Epsilon Delta. This is their 16th True Merit Bowl. The chapter received one of the highest honors the Bison Leaders Award can bestow as they won Student Organization of the Year, raised more than $36,000 from their annual Miss NDSU signature event and Freezathon signature event in support of Down Home, an organization that empowers lives by furnishing homes for families and individuals emerging from homelessness. Received Best Philanthropy Event of the Year, Collaborative Program of the Year, and the Bison Service Challenge Award at the FSL Leadership Awards.
Just want to thank all the boys back home in Fargo. Thanks to the exec team. Thanks to my VP. Really big shout out to our FSL advisor, Jordan DePalma. She just became a mother last night, so congratulations to her. We could not be here without you today. Roll Herd.
Okay, question. How has your membership and your leadership in ATO added value to you as a person and to your college career?
I think it's shown me that if you have an idea, you can achieve it. There's walls in the way, but you can break through them as long as you have a support system around you and you have the determination, you can get anything done that you want.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. Okay, moving right along. Our next True Merit Award-winning chapter, help me congratulate Gamma Omicron, Purdue University, the Boilermakers. This is their 13th True Merit Bowl. The chapter raised $8,000 for the Tim St. John Memorial Foundation with their Try for Tim event. We heard about that on Thursday night. Tim St. John was a brother of Gamma Omicron who tragically passed in a bicycling accident. Partnered with Sigma Kappa to win Phi Mu's Miracle Mania benefiting Children's Miracle Network. Bettered the all-male and all-fraternity GPA average in both the fall and the spring semesters.
Yeah, shout out to everyone back home. Shout out to Sammy Harders, my exec board. I'm happy to be receiving this, and I know Tim has inspired all of us, and happy we could win this.
Congratulations. Next, True Merit Award-winning chapter, Ole Miss, Delta Psi, the Rebels. This is their 16th True Merit Bowl. Raised more than $50,000 for the Palmer Home for Children through their Gator Ball event. In total, Delta Psi donated $60,000 to the Palmer House for the 22-23 school year. Improved its GPA over the best academic year and were above the all-men's average for the fall and spring semesters. IFC President and several members of the IFC Judicial Board are members of the chapter.
Just want to thank everybody at home at Ole Miss. Thank our board of directors and our advisors, as well as our exec board from this past year and this year. They put us in a great place, and we delivered. Thank you, Hotty Toddy.
Congratulations. Help me congratulate Middle Tennessee State University, Ada Nu, the Blue Raiders. This is their 7th True Merit Bowl. They won 7 out of 12 chapter award categories on their campus, as well as President's Cup, the highest award that a chapter can receive on campus. The chapter also claimed the Victor Felt Fraternity Band of the Year, as Brother Matthew Kylan was awarded the Honor of the Year. Brothers of Ada Nu served as president and vice president of the IFC Executive Board, and they exceeded their recruitment goal of 52 by bringing in 56 new members.
Thank you. No, I'd have to say it's been a really good year. I can't think of a group of guys that deserve this more. So it's an honor. Thank you.
Oh, question. He's like crap. 56 members. So what'd you guys do to attract so many men and make relationships to have that size of pledge class?
I think our chapter is a firm believer of how you do one thing is kind of how you do everything. So we just hit it really hard and pursued new pipelines. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Right, thank
Congratulations.
You.
Pursued new pipelines. I think RJ would say that's the headline. It works. Okay, here we go. Our next True Merit chapter. Please help me congratulate University of Alabama in Huntsville, Theta Pi, the Chargers. This is their 31st True Merit Bowl. They raised more than $14,000 in memory of their brother Bill Hollum through their inaugural Bill Hollum Memorial Golf Tournament, raised $88,000 through their annual Battle of the Buffalo Signature event, the most ever in event's history, logged more than 4,000 hours of community service. As a chapter, took home the IFC President's Cup, Chapter of the Year, Program of the Year, and the IFC Man of the Year at the UH Greek Awards.
I'd just like to thank our current exec board, our previous exec board, as well as all the committee heads for all of our philanthropy events, the Battle of the Buffalo Auto Emporium, and the Bill Hollum Memorial Golf Tournament. We couldn't do it without any of the people that are here today, as well as our runner-up for Tom Sarkle Clark, Patrick Doolin. Thank you very much.
Question. So you're a part of a very successful signature event. What's participating in that signature event do for the chapter?
So the days of our signature events are our happiest days of the year, like chapter-wide. It's a busy day. We get up 6 a.m. every morning. And it's a powerful day where we're working our tail off all day for a cause that's much bigger than ourselves.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. Here we go, our next True Merit Award-winning chapter, Kent State University, Zeta Zeta, the Golden Flashes. This is their 10th True Merit Bowl. They celebrated their 70th anniversary of Zeta Zeta's founding this year received Standards of Excellence Awards for this spring for excelling in brotherhood and scholarship. Ranked third of 17 IFC fraternities in terms of GPA for the academic year. Brought in 25 new members, exceeding their recruitment goal of 23. And I have no other bullet points in which to vamp, so I'll just talk a little bit slower. And congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to give a couple shout out to the guys back at Kent State, particularly Chris Blank and Austin Angel, who really helped me get the chapter where we needed to be. I'd also like to give a shout out to Nico and Steph, who have been there with me throughout college. Those guys mean a lot to me. Thank you.
So, question. You look very excited to be winning. What's winning True Merit mean for the chapter?
Oh, this is huge for us. We had our eyes on this all semester, all year. We really wanted it. It was our main motivation with a lot of things. It got a lot of guys motivated. And yeah.
Great. Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
Here we go. This is their 12th True Merit Bowl. Help me congratulate Alpha Beta Bulldogs, University of Georgia. The chapter raised more than $76,000 for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation through their signature event, Twa Tug. This is the most the chapter has ever raised through the event. Since 2012, the chapter has raised more than $200,000 for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, added 36 new members, exceeding their recruitment goal of 35. The chapter received the UGA Miracle Outstanding Fraternity Leadership Award for its participation in UGA's Miracle Dance Marathon. The chapter raised $16,000. Congratulations.
Thank you. So glad to be back up here. It's a true honor. I'd like to thank my current exec board and prior exec boards for getting us back on track with this goal. I'd personally like to thank my VP, Rhett Williams, for being here as well with me and been through it all with me through the past 4 years. Thank y'all. Go Dogs.
Question. So, what has ATO done for you as a leader and as a college student?
I definitely think it's put me in a unique role. Definitely as president, you don't really get an opportunity to run, like at a big chapter, run 150 different guys and be a leader for that group. I think it's an unmatched experience and definitely a very big professional development goal for me.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. Still quite a few bowls back there, so here we go. Our next True Merit Award winning chapter, Washington and Jefferson Alpha Pi. The Presidents, this is their 19th True Merit Bowl. They raised more than $4,400 for the Special Olympics of Pennsylvania through various events throughout the year, such as their ATO dodgeball tournament and polar plunge, into the spring semester with the highest GPA among all fraternities on campus. The chapter logged more than 2,200 hours of community service. Brother Kyron Mitchell was honored as the Washington and Jefferson Homecoming President.
Thank you very much. This is such an honor and a great award for our chapter. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for 47 other men in my chapter showing their leadership and stuff. So thank you to everyone in my chapter, my exec board, and my BOT. Thank you.
Congratulations. Here we go. Our next True Merit Award winning chapter, Kappa Beta, Troy University, the Trojans. This is their 16th True Merit Bowl. The chapter was awarded Troy Dean's Cup, given to the fraternity on Troy's campus of best excels in academics, campus involvement, community service, and philanthropy. Raised $125,000 for the Jeep Sullivan Wounded Warrior Outdoor Adventure. Their signature event was recognized in a session of the House of Representatives on March 10th by the Alabama Representative Barry Moore. There's the lead. Received the Academic Excellence Award at the university's annual honors convocation.
Yeah, super proud to be accepting this. Big thank you to the guys back at home. Big thanks to our secretary, Taylor Harlan, putting the annual report together. And go Trojans.
So question, another very successful long-running signature event. How do you get guys motivated to participate? And that's a pretty grueling signature event. How do you get guys motivated to want to do that?
Well, throughout the years we've been doing it, guys come out of it and their lives have been changed from it, from the experience that it provides. And so just talking about it and the stories that guys carry over through the years, it makes the younger guys, want to do it. It's
all the talk during the spring semester, so it's all guys think about. That's all they want to do.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. Here we go. Hal will be really pleased about this one. Alpha Omega, University of Florida, the Gators. This is their 20th True Merit Bowl. Through various philanthropy events, including the inaugural casino night, Alpha Omega raised just over $50,000. It was donated to Advent Health in Orlando in support of a brother who was diagnosed with cancer. Alpha Omega exceeded their fall recruitment goal by having a 51-man pledge class. 2 brothers serve on IFC Executive Board as President and Vice President of Operations.
Incredibly humbling to be up here and represent my chapter. Want to give a shout out to the past exec board, our current exec board, our chapter advisor, Michael McVeigh, our board of trustees, and our lovely house mom, Mom Molly. Thank you. Go get
Question, are you Jake?
I'm JT. He's my uncle, not my dad.
Oh, close, okay.
Yeah.
So I told that story Thursday night. Here's the uncle. That makes me feel a little bit better. So, okay, anyway, inside story, never mind. So, what has, being part of a large chapter on a big university, what has ATO done for you?
Coming from like an area where I was hanging out with a lot of the same people growing up, it's been really nice to have a lot of people from diverse backgrounds, and it's been a good way for myself to grow professionally and in school.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. Our next True Merit Award-winning chapter, help me congratulate Georgia Tech, Beta Iota, Yellow Jackets. This is their 8th True Merit Bowl. Just shy of $3,000 for the entire year by the Cure Childhood Cancer. Expanded their signature event, ATO Comedy Show, to now be done once a semester. 100% of the brothers are involved in at least one other student organization. Exceeded the all-IFC and all-men's GPA for both the fall and spring semesters. Almost 90% of brothers appeared on the Dean's List or received faculty honors, a GPA of 4.0.
It's an honor to represent a great institution and a great chapter at Beta Iota. I want to give a quick shout out to our new BOT chairman, Andrew Jacon. He won Thomas Harker Clark back in 2020. And a quick shout out to also our past couple of exec boards for making this happen. Eleanor, go Jackets.
Congratulations. Here we go. Help me congratulate Delta Delta, University of New Hampshire, the Wildcats. This is their 5th True Merit Bowl. More than $5,000 for the MS Society. Took home 8 out of 11 possible awards at the Fraternity and Sorority Life Awards ceremony. Partnered with newly chartered Pi Kappa Alpha to host the barbecue fundraiser, where they also hosted the Durham Fire Department. This fundraiser won the chapter Best Collaborative Program. Continued its commitment to academic success by starting an academic mentor program within the chapter. The program was awarded Outstanding Academic Intellectual Initiative.
Thank you. Very grateful to be standing up here, accepting this award for my fraternity. Couldn't do it without the guys back home. The previous exec board put in a lot of work and really set us up and paved the way for us. I'd like to shout out my VP, Andrew Bouchane, for putting in a lot of hard work this semester. Thanks.
Question. Why is True Merit worth all the work for you, for the chapter?
Being at it's kind of just always been our culture since we started our school, was to work hard and strive for the best. So True Merit's something that each exec board really pushes on focusing for, as we pass on, and it's always just been a goal to get.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Hey.
Great job. This is their 17th True Merit Bowl. Help me congratulate Gamma Rho, University of Missouri, the Tigers. Raised almost $13,000 during homecoming week for the Coyote Hill Foster Program and nearly $15,000 during their signature event for the Miss Foundation support services for those grieving the death of a child. Partnered with Beta Theta Pi, the chapter completed an inaugural Daydreams Bowl football game and came away with the victory.
Thank you. I'm truly honored to be up here accepting this on behalf of my chapter. I'd be remiss if I didn't give a few shout outs. Carson Schieber and the exec board before us, my exec board, John Pedrati, my vice president, Sean Hicks, our historian who wrote this. We're truly honored, excited to be back up here. Thank you for this great week in Orlando, but excited to get back to Columbia. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next True Merit Award-winning chapter, help me congratulate, University of West Florida, Eta Psi, the Acronauts. This is their third True Merit Bowl. Received their Campus Fraternity and Sorority Life Most Prestigious Award, the 2023 Overall Fraternity Excellence Award. This marks the third year in a row that Eta Psi has won this award. Brother Nate Lyons was honored with the FSL Member of the Year Award. Brothers of the Eta Psi chapter were recognized for achieving the highest IFC GPA of 3.06 and being the only fraternity to attain above the all-men's average this past fall semester.
Oh, wow. This is a great honor to be up here accepting this award on behalf of my chapter. A couple of shout-outs real quick. Our previous president, Nate Lyons, our past exec board, my VP, Jake Dixon, and all the guys back home. This is a big honor to us. Like you said, it's only our third bowl. We've changed the culture and ready to chase our fourth next year. So thank you.
Question. So you said you changed the culture. How? How did you change the culture? What were a couple of things you did?
I think a couple of years ago, our leadership was tired of being kind of looked upon as not the greatest fraternity at our school, and so we decided we're going to step up, change things in recruitment. That's really where everything started, and moved on. So that's where it came from.
Very good. Thank you. Congratulations. Here we go, our next True Merit Award-winning chapter. Help me congratulate Auburn University Alpha Epsilon, the Tigers. This is their 14th True Merit Bowl. The award to the Auburn University's James E. Martin Fraternity of the Year for 22-23 exceeded the recruitment goal in the fall by recruiting 50 new members. The Auburn Plainsmen, the top student organization on Auburn's campus, has 2 of its 13 men being members of ATO.
Yeah, thank you. I would just like to say it's an honor for our chapter to be receiving this award, and it's because of our past exec, our current exec, our VP, Jet Davis, our head of Board of Trustees, Lee Pearson, our chapter advisor, John Sasser, and most importantly, the Lord above that we're up here today. They're all here today, so thank you. And War Eagle.
Question. Why is it worth all the work to go after True Merit?
To show that, fraternities can kind of have a stigma that is not necessarily positive in today's world, and this just shows that fraternities have the right head on their shoulders, and we're here to serve the community around us.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. Here we go, our next True Merit Award-winning chapter. Help me congratulate Gamma Mu, Kansas University, Jayhawks. This is their 9th True Merit Bowl. Recruited 32 members, 95% of which they recruited through informal recruitment. 95% of which they recruited through informal recruitment. Second highest cumulative GPA out of 18 IFC fraternities. Awarded the SAPEC Sexual Assault Prevention and Education Center Partners Award for its dedication to risk aversion on KU's campus. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to thank our advisor, Mr. McKinney, Linda Lucky, our exec board. I'd like to thank our house manager. He's the hardest worker in our job, and everyone back at home. Gamma U chapter.
Congratulations.
Yeah, rock chalk.
Here we go. Help me congratulate College of William & Mary, Kappa Kappa, the Tribe. This is their 9th True Merit Bowl. They recruited 16 new members throughout the year, raised more than $22,000 for their Out of Darkness Walk signature event for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Their walk this year was the highest earning Virginia walk in AFSP history. Hosted a benefit concert to raise money and provide $436 worth of meals to individuals experiencing homelessness. Members of Kappa Kappa have been elected to leadership positions on the IFC Executive Board, IFC Judicial Board, and the Campus Conduct Board, and the University Finance Academy.
Yeah, it's an honor to be accepting this on behalf of my best friends. Special shout out to Chase Cherawati, our IM chair, for coming with me, and our historian, Thomas Bernier, for doing an incredible job with the annual report, and my older brother, Carter, for getting me to rush. Love you, man. Roll Tribe.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Help me congratulate our next True Merit Award-winning chapter, Kappa Sigma, University of South Alabama, the Jaguars. This is their 4th True Merit Bowl. Raised $15,000 for feeding the Gulf Coast, which equates to 115,000 meals, awarded the Dean's Cup from South Alabama for the third consecutive year, along with the Academic Achievement Award, Campus Involvement Award, and the Philanthropy of New Member of the Year. Achieved the highest IFC GPA for the fifth consecutive semester. The chapter had also 5 brothers elected to USA SGA, 3 brothers inducted to the Mortar Board Society, and 2 brothers selected to USA Southerners.
I want to make a big shout out to our BOT chairman, Josh Crownover, our advisor, Sonny Lee, previous president and exec, and current exec. We couldn't have done it without any of y'all. This is an amazing honor.
So value added for you because you're an ATO.
I think the leadership aspect and just the overall just camaraderie that you get with these guys is next level. I'm closest to these guys that I've ever been with anyone in my life in any aspect.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. Our National Chancellor will be pleased with this. Help me congratulate University of Nebraska, Gamma Theta, the Cornhuskers, their 30th True Merit Bowl. They raised almost $6,000 for the Bryan Health Center campus through their Buckos. 90% of brothers at Gamma Theta are involved in at least one other student organization on campus. Brought in 39 members in Gamma Theta, surpassing their recruitment goal of 35. 27 members are recognized for their academic achievements on their college dean's list, with 9 members a perfect 4.0 during the fall semester.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet, but this is huge for us. It's been a long time since we've gotten this, and this is really huge for the future for us. I want to thank the exec board right now, or also BOT, Bob O'Neill. They've been huge for us to just grow and get better as a chapter.
Great. So what do you think that's going to do now for the chapter moving forward?
I think it's going to inspire a lot of guys who might not have taken up leadership roles in the first place to get involved, and they see that we're doing things the right way, winning awards, and also go Big Red. Forgot to say that.
Great. Congratulations. Great job. Our next True Merit Award-winning chapter, Samford University, Kappa Rho, the Bulldogs. This is their 7th True Merit Bowl. They raised more than $17,000 for their signature event, Scary Face Race, that was donated to Manufactured Goods, a nonprofit that helps unemployed men find passion in a job they look forward to, and Family Promise, a local organization helping families experience homelessness.
Big thanks to our Board of Trustees Chairman, Dr. Boydson, for being here and for supporting our chapter. I'd like to shout out our previous exec board, specifically Drake Anthony, our previous president, for being a mentor to me, but also just a big proponent of change in the chapter. My current vice president, Evan Potter, is here, as well as our historian, Mitchell Drennan. Big thanks for writing the annual report. Bow Wow Bulldogs, and shout out Preston Brent.
Congratulations. Four more. One of them is going to Oregon State University, Alpha Sigma. The Beavers, this is their 4th True Merit Bowl. They recruited 33 men into Alpha Sigma this year, exceeding their initial recruitment goal of 25. 100% of the brothers are involved in at least one other student organization. Held its first joint philanthropic event this year, partnering with Sigma Delta Omega to host a film festival. Raised more than $4,000 from the Limelight Foundation, an organization that works to provide Lyme disease treatment grants to eligible children and young adults.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited to be getting this award on behalf of the Alpha Sigma chapter. I'd like to thank our previous exec board, our current exec board, our alumni, our board of trustees, and most importantly, our member base. Your hard work and dedication has left lasting impacts on our fraternity and our campus. Thank you.
Congratulations. Help me congratulate Gamma Chi, the Golden Rams, Westchester University. This is their 4th True Merit Bowl. They raised more than $15,000 for various organizations, primarily including the Travis Manion Foundation, which empowers veterans and their families of fallen heroes to develop character in future generations. Now the largest IFC fraternity on campus with 103 members, achieved the highest term GPA within the IFC fraternities, and recruited 31 new members for the year, exceeding their initial goal of 29.
Not gonna lie, I was getting nervous up there for a minute, but no, seriously, it's an honor to be holding this trophy. Shout out to my VP, Cam Pajot, for coming with me.
Shout out to our LC Spencer. Went through a lot this semester, but wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. Shout out to our past exec board. Shout out to my current exec board. Shout out to our historian, Bobby Pellegrini. And to all the boys back at 709 tonight, have fun. LNR.
Great. So, question. Well, you almost got away. So, how are you successful in recruiting?
I would say that the biggest thing for us for recruitment is our confidence and our reputation on campus. When an ATO guy at West Chester University walks into the room, you automatically know who he is. And I feel like all of the P&Ms at our school know who we are, and we portray the most valuable men on campus.
Great. Thank you. Congratulations. Two more. Here we go. Help me congratulate Kennesaw State University, Lambda Epsilon, the Owls. This is their first True Merit Bowl. Number 1. Received their charter in February of 2022, completing their first full year as a chapter. Raised more than $14,000 through their signature event, the Alpha Tau Open Golf Tournament. The proceeds benefit Team Red, White, and Blue, an organization focusing on the well-being of veterans. Coordinated their first ever Alumni and Family Weekend. Winners of Phi Mu's Philanthropic Week participated in the Men of Destiny program.
Yeah, I'm just extremely grateful to bring home our first True Merit Award. Shout out to all the boys back in Kennesaw.
So what do you think it's going to do for the chapter?
It's just going to motivate us even more to just keep on winning.
Very good. Thank you. Congratulations. Our last True Merit Bowl for 2023. Let me congratulate Oklahoma State University, Epsilon Omicron, the Cowboys. This is their 21st True Merit Bowl. Raised more than $8,000 to various philanthropies this year, including $4,000 for Payne County Youth Services and over $3,000 during Cowboy Thon. Payne County Youth Services granted Epsilon Omicron the Outstanding Collegiate Award, given out yearly to the most outstanding community partner, recognized as a top fundraising student organization on campus, benefiting Children's Miracle Network.
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys. It's an honor to accept this award on behalf of my chapter. It's been a few years since we've been up here being awarded True Merit, so it's great to be back up here and getting this award. A couple shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Peyton Hule, our historian who helped me write this annual report. Also Landon Edwards, who is honorable mention for the Thomas Arkell Clark Award. Thank you guys. A couple more shout outs back home. Our chapter advisor, Dr. Thomas Jordan, and house mom, Dawn Bonet. Thank you guys for all your support in helping us achieve this and win this award.
Question. So what has working for the True Merit Bowl and now achieving it done for the chapter?
It's been a process for us. It's been a lot of hard work going into this, but overall, I think bringing this back home, it's going to motivate the guys to, in future years, to win more awards, and it's going to help us out a lot.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. One more round of applause for all True Merit Honorable Mention and True Merit Award-winning chapters. Great job, guys. Great job. So if all ATO staff members could come up here, please, all ATO staff members come up here. And while they're doing that, I want to recognize one person in particular. Abby Roy is my assistant, and she does a fantastic job, and she is new at the job, new to fraternities. She's worked on college campuses. She's worked in several corporate offices, and now we're fortunate enough to have her. This is her first convention that she has planned for us. This is no easy feat. All the logistics, all the meals, all the rooms, all the little things that we all take for granted, Abby knows all about them. She's done a great job, and I just wanted to say thank you to her and have you recognize her for all her hard work. So the reason I wanted to bring everybody up here is because these folks do a lot of work that no one ever sees, right? And so I know the leadership consultants work hard, they travel. It's a great job because you get to see the country and you get to engage with a lot of ATO undergraduates and work with a lot of exciting things and help guys fix problems and think through issues and whatnot. but it's a lot of behind the scenes work. And there are a lot of other people on this stage that you never see what they're doing, but if they didn't do it, you'd know it. And so I just wanted to take this opportunity to recognize them. This is a very niche profession, but I think that it's one that's very rewarding, and I can speak for myself that I wouldn't want to be doing anything else, and I think that everybody on this stage, at least for right now, feels the same way. So could you help me congratulate these folks for their dedication to ATO? Great, thank you. Thanks, everybody. So as Comforted as I bring Comforted back up, we're going to be doing photos for chapters, any award-winning chapters. There'll be a list up on the screen, and we'll be coordinating that. So look at the list on the screen, and then somebody, I think it's Chris or Jaden, is going to be directing that with a microphone down here. We've got to get the stage cleared, but we'll be doing photos. We click through them pretty quickly, so if you want a photo, bring your awards, and we'll be able to do that. So as we wrap up the evening, great 22-23, challenging 22-23 in many respects, and yet a lot of celebrating, a lot of true merit excellence, and even those that didn't win true merit, a lot of excellence. There are things going on in every chapter that you should be proud of and build on, because I anticipate that 23-24 will continue our trajectory forward. Certainly, I look forward to a great year, and we will next year have Congress in Tucson, Arizona. So we're moving to the West Coast for this event, looking forward to it, and I look forward to this great year. Is that not a good thing, Tucson, Arizona? It's like, how do we get to Tucson? Yes, well, we're a nationwide fraternity. So anyway, let me bring Comforted up. And if everyone could stand, we will close with a singing of Old Alpha, and then Comforted's benediction, and then everyone have a great night and a good evening. Here we go. Ready? Old Alpha, how we love you through and through. And all to be promised to be true. Omega, how our praises are for you. For Alpha, Tau, Omega, Omega, for dear old gold and blue.
I love doing this stuff. I love being with y'all. I love the fact that you're not toxic, but you're life-giving, developing, deepening, growing men, real men. Father God, that your grace would be over these men, giving them courage in their challenges and wisdom in their decisions, or giving them eyes to see, hear, and know you. And the blessing of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit be upon you and remain with you always. Amen.